Would you like to know the only formula that you need to be successful making passive income online? That's not a joke or a gimmick either. I can all but guarantee your success if you stick with this super simple formula. So let's get right into it. Now, before we actually get into the formula, let me tell you how I came upon this illuminating insight. Back in 2015, I was a currency trader, and I decided at some point to teach how to trade in the currency markets. And while I was doing well, I wasn't doing as well as I had hoped I would. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to my business mentor, Frank Kern, yes, the Frank Kern, and ask him his thoughts. And when I talked to him, he gave me one piece of advice that would ring in my ear to this day. He said, show them the number one trick in the business. Show them that you can help them by actually helping them. I was floored by his response. Not because I understood the gravity or the meaning or simplicity behind what he told me, because I didn't. I actually believed that he thought I wasn't helping people and he was making a jab at me. Days later, wallowing in my own stupidity, I understood what he meant finally. And you know what? I wasn't helping my audience to the best of my abilities. I was teasing them with information. And you know what? If they bought my course, that is when I would actually help them achieve any real amount of results. But only after money had changed hands. I was silently horrified by what I said, and I swore that I would change it. And so within the upcoming week, I changed my entire business inside and out on how I was going to do things. And just a few weeks after this, I actually had record high sales numbers for selling my course. And then a few months after that, I visualized and actually wrote this particular formula down on my whiteboard. And I looked at it every day for a long time. Now let's actually cover what the formula is. So the formula is R plus C plus T plus CY equals your success, right? Your success at your business, your success at building passive income online. Okay, so now that you know the formula, I guess that's the end of the video. See you next time. Just kidding. Stick around. You're going to want to stick around to the end. I promise you it will be worth it. Seriously though, before I unpack all of this really good advice, I want you to go ahead and write this down. I'll wait. Get a piece of paper and a pen and write this down. Or you can do it digitally like I do. I pretty much do everything digitally. But one way or another, write this down. Okay, let's do it. Let's start with R, all right? R stands for results, all right? The results that you need to get your customers. This is far and away the number one thing you absolutely must achieve if you want to have a hope of being successful. I hate to tell you this, but people don't give a crap about your blog posts or your YouTube video or your Facebook or TikTok posts. They don't care unless it somehow gives value to them and brings them that value in their lives. Not even your family cares. No one cares. Think about the content that you fly past every single day in your newsfeed. You're scrolling. All of these posts don't get your attention because inside, subconsciously, you understand that it is not going to truly bring you any value. It's not going to bring you any results to overcome challenges or problems in your life. You probably go through thousands of posts. But if you are getting real results from one person in particular, and you saw them in your newsfeed, you would stop on a dime to consume absolutely everything possible that they have to share. I similarly am that way with a person by the name of Andre Chaperon, who is a legend in our space. And if I get an email from Andre, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm going to stop and I'm going to consume that content because it brings that much value into my life and into my business that I will stop everything in order to consume it. And the difference between the people that make it and the people that do not, no matter if it's online or offline, is they get their customers and audiences results, period. And you have to get them results even before money changes hands. Let me say that again. You have to give them results and get them results to overcome their challenges and problems before money ever changes hands. Now, these do not have to be huge results, right? But they need to be results nonetheless, right? I'm not asking you to give away the farm here and give 99% of your information away. That's not what I'm doing here. but you need to get them results. And how do we give them results? All right, that brings us to the next part of the formula, C. All right, C is for content. Content to help people overcome their challenges. Now, this is where we really start making a difference, all right? We're going to create content specifically in order to deal with one specific issue. Now, this is where we really start making a difference here, right? You're going to start creating content with the sole purpose of helping your audience out. And you're creating content in order to get them a very specific result. Anytime you write a blog post, anytime you do a TikTok video, anytime you write a Facebook post or do a YouTube video, it doesn't really matter what you're doing, right? You need to solve one small particular problem that is found in your industry that your audience will be having that you can help solve. And don't try to solve too many problems and challenges in one particular piece of content. You don't want to overwhelm them. If you overwhelm them, they're not going to do anything and they won't take that actionable advice, right? Pick one thing, just one thing, and deal with that. Help them solve that. If you continue to get them results with your content, then you're going to have customers and superfans for life. Now, the next part of the formula is T. T stands for time. Now, if and when you start producing content for your audience, you are going to have to do it for a little bit of time before you're actually going to start seeing results in your own business. I've seen this way too many times to count. Someone starts their business and starts producing content for the audience, and within a month, they give up because they're not seeing the growth and income in their business, especially when it comes to income. If they haven't become a millionaire in a week, they're done. They quit. You don't want to be that way. You want to continue and publish content no matter what you do. And you need to give it a good amount of time. How long of time? I don't really know. I can't really answer that question. It's going to depend on you. It's going to depend on your audience. It's going to depend on the particular niche that you're in. There's a lot of different factors that play a role on how long it's going to take before you start seeing growth and results in your own business. You know, if you're putting out a blog post, let's say you're a blogger and you put out a blog post every single day, all right? You do this 7 days a week for 5 years, but you're not marketing or advertising that content. No one really knows about it except maybe your parents. You know, you're not going to see any real growth in your business. But if you only post like once a week, maybe, but during the time that you're not doing that blog post, you're marketing it and everybody under the sun is going to it, you can see that there's going to be a big difference there in what you make and how much you make and how many people that you're attracting that, you know, is going to build your audience. And truly, you have to do that with your content, right? Anytime you publish a piece of content, market the bejesus out of it. Essentially, you want to kill your servers with flooding your servers with that much traffic. That's what you want, all right? Now, the next piece of the puzzle, the next piece of the formula is CY. CY stands for consistency. You need to be consistent with putting content out. All right, let me say that again. You need to be consistent with putting content out. You need to be consistent with putting content out. And I can understand that life gets in the way. I really can, right? Over the past, few months, I've had a lot going on and I wasn't able to publish YouTube videos on my channel because I've had things change in my life. But what I did was pivot. Instead of doing videos, I decided to create more blog posts and do a lot of email marketing. I'm still publishing content and still helping my audience out, but I'm just doing it in a slightly different way. And it's okay to pivot. Sometimes things in your life happen and you have to adjust and change, the course of action, right? If I want to get from point A to point B and there's a roadblock for whatever reason, I'm going to have to detour a little bit. That's just the nature of the beast. But no matter what, you have to continually put content out. And that's the formula. You get people results by producing content which helps them achieve results over a long period of time. You have no choice but to make money, right? If you're doing this, you're really getting people results, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So if you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead, hit like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, peace.